We hear all offseason about the slander and all the things about Kawhi Leonard. You even heard Stephen A. Smith talk about things like, oh, Kawhi should retire. And then you got some other analysts following him, backing him up. Then you got other analysts like, a JJ Redick, somebody who played the game, who speaks level-headed about Kawhi and, injuries and things like that. But I'm here to tell you the good news is so far, everything has been good since for I'd say about a month now. Kawhi has, went through his treatment the way he was supposed to. I know he had the meniscus injury, but he went through his treatment the way he's supposed to. He went and, did everything they asked him to do in regards to conditioning, things like that. And the knee is feeling good. From my sources, people are telling me, specifically close to me, that Kawhi is working out hard, very hard, putting in that extra just to get himself right for the regular season, to start the regular season, to start training camp and everything on time, just like every other player, does at the before the start of a season. So that's all positive. That's all good. There's no negative there. Of course, we just hope that it sustains throughout the season. And as I said before in a couple weeks video I said a couple weeks ago, if that long, that Ty Lue said on All the Smoke that they're going to pay attention more to the regular season. He was talking to Kawhi and PG about that, and they were on board. And that's something very good to hear, because this team definitely needs to take the regular season serious, because you want to put yourself in the best position possible so you can rest, so you can, get yourself going, and you don't have to fight and claw every moment, every game, the last 10, 20 games of the season just to get into the playoffs, to avoid the play-in tournament. You want to put yourself in the best position as possible. And that's the reason why I thought what Ty Lue said was very feasible, because for this situation with them, and especially in regards to their health, I know the regular season looks like it's a stretch, but in the same breath, if they find ways to be a top seed, a top 4, top 5 seed in the West, they're good. They don't have nothing to worry about. They can kind of, rest some games, especially if they're locked up in their seating where they're supposed to be. And I thought Ty Lue made a great, analysis on that, which, of course, that's the way it should have always been. That's what other teams do. That's what other players, intent is. But I mean, of course, when you got guys with injuries, you got to do things differently. And that's the reason why load management, comes into play with Kawhi Leonard, because his injuries are just different. Now, I'm not going to say different than other players, but I'm going to say this. His injuries have been well noted way before now, which is the reason why he takes a lot of load management, not because he chooses to take games off like Stephen A. and a couple other idiots out there continue to say. He takes those games off because he's really hurt. He's really not feeling well enough to go out there and play to the high level that people know him to do. And that is not respected by a lot of people, because, a lot of people say, oh, just go ahead and play through injuries and this and that, which is, I'm not off board with that. I mean, playing through injuries is good if it's not too severe where it doesn't hold you back from, performing. If it's too severe where it holds you back from performing at a high level, then it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to play at a high level anyway. You're not going to perform to your highest peak anyway. So you might as well not play if you're not going to help the team. If you're just going to hurt them being out there more than helping them, and give fans more to talk about, oh, he didn't play well, he's washed, he's this, he's that. Well, why do all that? If you're hurt, don't go out there and play. If you're available to play, go out there and play. That's the way I see it. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, if if the injury's not that bad and you feel like you can play through it, and it's not that bad of a situation, then yeah, go with that. I mean, because honestly, that's not going to hurt anything. It's just it's a minor injury. It's something that you feel like you can work your way through and walk it out. Basically, iron the kinks out, sort of say, with that injury, and keep on moving. It's almost like when they turn an ankle or something like that, and then they tighten up their shoe and they keep on playing. If you have an injury like that, or something that you feel like you can play through, well, then, yeah, go ahead and play through it then. I mean, if you feel like it's not that bad. But if it's bad enough to where you feel like you can't cut, you can't take hits, you can't take those bumps, all those type of things that, when guys set screens and things like that, then no, you don't need to play. So, with that being said, everything seems to be a go for Kawhi Leonard, though. I mean, as far as, practices and things like that, like he's doing now, everything is full on contact. It's no half this or light duty or anything like that. He's out there really working, and he's looking really good from what my sources are saying, and everything is on par for the regular season. And I hope that the fact that they're going to take this regular season seriously, I hope that they really, find a way to be comfortable and healthy through this season, because if they're going to take it seriously the way I thought they always should have, then hopefully health is on their side, Kawhi and PG, in order for them to take it the distance, especially Kawhi, because Kawhi is the type of guy where he's so good where they don't even really need PG a lot of games. If I'm not saying they don't need PG, but I mean, if PG happen to miss a lot of games, if they just have Kawhi, or if they got one of them, they'll still survive through the season the way I think they should. But I really feel like if they have Kawhi, they'll do a lot better, because Kawhi is a better player overall, and his winning percentage when he's on the floor, the Clippers' winning percentage when he's on the floor is up like really, really high when he's on the floor, because he's just that type of player. He has that type of value. He has that type of dominance about him. So it's like, when he's on the floor, it just makes all the world difference. And they just play a lot better and a lot more sound, because they know the way he covers both ends of the floor is unlike any other player in the league. So, I mean, Kawhi just makes that much of a difference. And, with that being said, I can't wait to see, what he can give us in the regular season coming up, because I'm anticipating to see exactly how he's gonna. At this point, I'm just hungry for it. I'm just waiting. I'm anticipating, and I just want to see, this team really actually be healthy. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like we've been deprived of that so long, and I feel like Kawhi and PG definitely want to give us that. Definitely want to, give us that health and give us that promise that they'll be there. But of course, we have to see it and have to actually see it play out. But I definitely think this season, all in all, I mean, this season has a lot of good signs to it, because unlike any other season that we went into, the Clippers weren't talking about taking the regular season serious. They weren't talking about, the seeding and trying to get the best seed as possible. It's almost like they felt like they can do it just by committee, or just because they got so much talent on their team, they're going to find a way to win. But they're starting to find out that chemistry is the key. And with that being said, that's what they're going to have to build to make this thing work. And I believe that's what they're trying to do, and I believe that's their plan, because they're talking about things in effect that would make them a lot better team in regards to taking the regular season serious and being the best players they can be and better themselves in the long run, so they can take rest a little bit at the end of the season. About the last 2 weeks of the season, you can kind of coast a little bit and take some games off if you need to get some rest for the playoffs. So hopefully everything stays well with Kawhi. I like what I'm hearing. I like the fact that he's out there, he's hooping hard, he's balling, he's pushing himself to be the Kawhi we know him to be, and the fact that he's trying to go all in, go all out for this team says a lot about what he thinks about this team and what he's trying to accomplish with this team, which is win a championship. And hopefully the Clippers can find a way to make that dream come true. It's been a hard task for them throughout the years, but I mean, maybe this is the year for them, especially with having the right mindset of taking the regular season serious and taking it game by game and getting guys right and healthy in the right point in time. This is the upside the Clippers need. This is the mentality I think the Clippers needed to play with the whole time, and I think this mentality will serve them well going forward. But of course, let's see when the regular season gets here, and let's see how it all plays out. But hey, leave any comments in the comment section as always, and we'll talk about it.